All right, all right. Let's get started, everybody. Glad to have everybody here. Today is the day. This is what we do on Saturdays, 3 o'clock Central Time and 4 o'clock Eastern Time. Time to tell the truth. That's what time it is. It always gives away my age or my era when we talk about to tell the truth. Remember that show back in the day? Yeah, that's where I got it from. And that's what time it is. But here's what I know. Sometimes you can't handle the truth. But I'm going to see if you can handle it today, what we're going to talk about. My name is Dr. Rosalind Shaw Belt. For those that don't know who I am, people call me Dr. Roz. I am not a medical doctor. Let me go on record and let you know I'm not a medical doctor, but I am a certified wellness coach, and I invest in this knowledge. I invest in the research to bring you this information every single week. I am the CEO of Dream to Life LLC and Incorporated. I'm a wife of Dr. Adrian Belt Sr. I'm a musician, recorded, just done a bunch of stuff, but here today it's focused on wellness. And so let's talk about, we've done a series, I think we're on part 18 of this particular series, The Power of God's Food, one word foods. Sometimes it's two words, but it's still one word. I mean, it's still just one food. We're learning that there's so many transformative health benefits. Man, I'm telling you, we're covering so many different ailments and diseases every time we talk about these one word foods. What are they? Whole, unprocessed ingredients that come from nature. That's why we call them foods that God made, like the apple, the spinach, the salmon, the almonds, the rice. And you don't have to look at a package and see what the ingredients are because there are none. They are the ingredient. And when you eat one word foods, you are actually consuming nutrition in its most natural, bioavailable form. The way humans did it years ago. I mean, if you go back in history and you look at an African American diet, I'm talking about before slavery, you'll see that that diet is not like the one that we look at today with a lot of stuff that's in it, processed food, additives, preservatives. There are no mystery ingredients, stuff you can't pronounce, stuff with the three letters OSE on the package. I dare you. Look at the next package and see how many words you see with the letters OSE. What does that mean? Sugar. That's what I'm talking about. See, we think we just getting sugar just because you put some white sugar on stuff. Nope, we're getting it everywhere. So today we're going to talk about fruit combinations because we've talked about a lot of these fruits before. But here's what I want to talk about is what they don't tell you about fruit cups. Uh-oh. I wanted to know, can you handle the truth? See, we've been eating, thinking we're eating it healthy because it looks healthy. And they put it in the grocery store in the form of a fruit cup or fruit bowl. Or we put it beautifully on our table with all of these various fruit combinations. So it looks healthy because fruit cups signal smart, clean eating. And it's so colorful, so fresh, and convenient. But appearance isn't the whole story. So the question comes to mind, are those combinations actually good for your digestion? Because, I mean, you may be telling me, Dr. Roz, I'm eating right. I'm eating all these fruits and I'm still sick in my body. I'm still digesting. I'm still bloated. I'm still this. So then why are some fruits always grouped together? And why aren't we being told about the logic behind the mix? See, there are certain things that you practically always see them together. Watermelon, cantaloupe, honeydew melon, and grapes. Walk into the grocery store, you find the same four fruits packed in every fruit cup, every fruit bowl, every fruit package, no variation, no explanation, just the same combo every single time. And these are the standard grocery store fruit cup combinations. They're familiar, they're convenient, and they're widely accepted as healthy. But familiarity doesn't equal optimization. So the fruit cup formula wasn't designed in a nutritionist's office. Let's be real. It was designed in a supply chain meeting. And here's why these four fruits are always together. Number one, shelf life compatibility. See, I bet you never thought about that. You just thought, oh, I'm getting me some fruits. These fruits hold up together without browning or without spoiling quickly, keeping returns low and their margins high. Cost effective. Melons are cheap per pound and yield enormous amounts of fruit, perfect for filling up the cups at minimal cost. And then it's a crowd-pleasing flavor. Have you ever been to a banquet and seen that, how beautiful that is? Sweet and mild, they don't offend anybody. The flavor profile is safe, predictable, universal, palatable. And let's talk about the visual appeal. Oh my God, beautiful. The color, the variety of pink and orange and green and purple looks so vibrant and fresh behind the clear packaging. So the bottom line, they're grouped for convenience and commerce, not for your digestion. So if you've been doing this and you've been wondering why you're still getting bloated, you're still feeling a certain kind of way, after today, you're going to get some knowledge that I think can be instrumental. So let's talk about these four. Watermelon. Now, watermelon, fantastic, absolutely amazing. Listen, I think it's part of the reason why our ancestors did so well, because they was in the country. If you was like me and you used to go to the country, you used to have some watermelon. Watermelon is one of the most water-dense foods on the planet, over 90% water by weight. It moves through your digestive system quickly and fast than almost any other food, which is precisely what makes it so effective at hydration and detox support. Its impressive lycopene content. Now, we was eating watermelon. Our grandparents, they wasn't knowing, oh, I'm getting some lycopene. No, they didn't know that. But that's what was actually happening. And that's a powerful antioxidant. It supports the cardiovascular health, and it may even offer some protection against oxidative stress. Your kidneys love watermelon. Your digestion loves watermelon, as long as nothing else slows it down. So the key benefits are what? 90% water content, supports your detox and kidney function, rich in lycopene, which is an antioxidant, and very fast digesting. It exits the stomach quickly. So eat some watermelon. I love it. In season, out of season, I don't care. Now, I know some of y'all don't want watermelon if it ain't sweet. And some of y'all want yellow. All that, we talked about that. We have a whole teaching on watermelon and the colors and the benefits and the differentiation of the colors and everything. So go back to our YouTube page if you want to get more information regarding the watermelon. But today, we're kind of focusing on, if we're going to eat the watermelon, we ought to eat it by itself, not along with the other fruits. So let's see cantaloupe. That's in that package, right? So cantaloupe earns its place as a nutritional standout thanks to its extraordinary beta-carotene content. Your body converts beta-carotene into what? Vitamin A. What's that good for? Eye health, skin cell renewal, and robust immune response. The deep orange flesh isn't just beautiful. It's a signal of dense micronutrient content. Compared to watermelon, cantaloupe is slightly more complex to digest. And if you think about when you bite into that compared to watermelon, that makes sense, because it'll sit in the stomach a little bit, just a touch longer before it moves on. So now, our key benefits: exceptionally high in vitamin A, supports the immune system, promotes healthy skin and sharp vision, and slightly denser, so it digests a little bit slower. What's the other one that they put in there? Honeydew. Honeydew. Yeah, honeydew is great. It's a quiet achiever of the melon family. Pale green flesh, rich in vitamin C, critical antioxidant for immune defense, collagen production. Delivers a meaningful dose of potassium, which helps regulate fluid balance and muscle contractions. In traditional wellness practices, honeydew is considered cooling and calming to the digestive system. It's a great choice on hot days or after physical exertion where electrolyte replenishment matters most. So it's gentle on the digestive system. Grapes. You always see some grapes sprinkled within that whole cluster. And grapes are small, but they're mighty. We talked about grapes a few weeks ago. Their skin contains resveratrol. That's a polyphenol antioxidant linked to heart health and reduced inflammation and even longevity research. They're natural sugars. Did y'all hear what I said? You don't need no sugar with a grape. It's already sweet. That's why you could use grapes and some other things to sweeten it up, right? Instead of using sugar. But their natural sugars hit the bloodstream relatively quickly, making them a popular pre-workout snack. Here's the catch. Grapes digest at a moderate pace, faster than most foods, but slower than melons. And when you combine with very fast digesting fruits, the timing of the grape difference begins to matter in ways most people never consider. So what is happening here? Not all the fruits digest the same. And this is the piece of the puzzle most people completely skip over. Different fruits have fundamentally different transit speeds through our digestive system, and when you eat them together, those speeds interact. Watermelons fast, very fast. Melons fast. Grapes moderate. So when a fast fruit is held up by a slow one, because here's what happened, guys. When we digest anything, not just fruits, I've taught this lesson for if you eat some fruit and then you eat on your plate, you're eating some vegetables, and then you eat some rice, and then you eat a piece of meat. When the meat comes in, the meat says, hold up, guys, I'm here. Everybody else got to wait. And your body starts to work on digesting the meat, and it slows up the digestion of every other food that came on before that hasn't been completely digested yet. So it's the same situation here. When we eat the fruit bowl, the watermelon is saying, I'm ready to go. But all of a sudden you drop a grape in your mouth and your body says, hold up, watermelon, you can't go because grape is here. And whoever's the slowest is what your digestive system begins to focus on. So the fast fruit becomes a slow fruit digestion when it's not supposed to. And that's the concern. Because when fast digesting fruits get held up in the stomach by slower ones, a natural but uncomfortable process can begin. Delayed transition, a slower fruits sitting in the stomach, literally can block those faster fruits from moving forward, trapping them longer than their natural exit time. Fermentation begins. So now the sugars in the fast digesting fruit, like watermelon, begins to ferment while it's waiting. And this is a normal biological process, but when it happens in the stomach, what does it do? It creates gas. So this is why I'm so gaseous all the time and all I'm eating is fruit. It produces bloating, discomfort. The result for some people, uncomfortable bloating, gas, or that heavy feeling after what should have been a light, healthy snack. Now, let's be real. Most people are fine, but some aren't. Digestive science isn't a one-size-fits-all. And it's important to be honest about that. The majority of healthy adults with a robust gut function will eat a mixed fruit cup and feel completely fine. Their systems are resilient enough to handle the combination without issue. But I'm going to tell you something, guys. As we age, we have less good gut health than we used to have based on what our diet has been. So we understand that most people can digest the mixed fruit without any discomfort. But some people experience real discomfort, bloating and gas or sluggishness, especially those with gut sensitivity with IBS, that's irritable bowel syndrome, or slower digestive transit. Everyone benefits from this awareness. Knowing why you feel good or bad after certain foods is the foundation of truly optimized health. So this matters more. If you, while general awareness benefits everyone, this information, hopefully tonight, is especially relevant for people whose digestive systems have been compromised and they're sending you signals after you eat. If any of the following resonates with you, then I want you to pay attention to your fruit combinations because that could genuinely be life-changing. If you're experiencing bloating, and if you regularly feel bloated after fruit, even when you eat it fresh, and even in a reasonable amount, then check out your fruit combinations. Check out your timing, because that may be a significant contributing factor. If you're that person that has any kind of gut sensitivity, leaky gut, you're bloating all the time, you're feeling sluggish after you eat, check out your fruit combinations, because that could be a hidden trigger when you think you're doing the right thing. And if you feel heavy, tired, foggy after a fruit snack, then your digestion may be working harder than it should be. So then how do we optimize our fruit intake? Well, it doesn't mean you have to overhaul your entire diet. I never say that. I'm always saying about making small changes. I'm never saying people have to become fruitless or be fruitarian or vegan or vegetarian. It's about making the small shifts, small intentional shifts in when and how you eat fruit. That can make a meaningful difference in how you feel. So these are the foundational principles of fruit-aware eating. Number 1, eat fruit on an empty stomach because it digests fastest when there's nothing else in the stomach competing for processing. First thing in the morning is great, is ideal. Nothing to slow it down, nothing to ferment with. What about melons? Eat melons alone. The old wisdom still holds. Eat melons alone or leave them alone. Because of their extremely fast digestion, melons do best as a solo snack, not mixed with the slower fruits or foods. And thirdly, eat fruit meals simple. Aim for maybe 1 or 2 fruits at a time, not all 4. Sometimes you see everything in that bowl. Pineapples, everything. Apples, you got all kind of stuff in there. Well, let's try to do 1 or 2 fruits at a time. Less variety per sitting. That equals less digestive conflict and more efficient nutrient absorption. A simple adjustment makes a big difference. And the beauty of this approach is that it doesn't require perfection or some strict rules. It requires attention. Your body is already giving you feedback after every meal if you're dealing with any of these ailments that we've talked about that you've been listening to. So timing is everything. So let's say it again. Eat fruit away from heavy protein, rich or fat-heavy meals. Give it at least 30 minutes before or 2 hours after other foods to let it transit freely. You know how they put the fruit on your plate and you having some chicken and some rice and all this other kind of stuff. Well, if you're going to do that, do it 30 minutes before. Or do it as a snack later, 2 hours later. And listen to your body. After your next fruit snack, check in. Do you feel light and energized or heavy and bloated? Your body's response is data. Start collecting it. And then run your own experiment. Try separating your fruits for 1 week. Eat the melons by themselves. Eat the watermelon first thing in the morning. Observe what changes your gut will tell you. And if you've never even thought about this, try eating a whole bowl of different kinds of fruit and see how your body takes that. So you'll definitely know what we're talking about. Finally, everything that looks healthy isn't always optimized for your body. That fruit cup isn't evil. Don't misunderstand me. Because the watermelon, cantaloupe, honeydew melon, and grapes inside of it are genuinely nutritious foods. But nutrition and optimization are 2 different things. And most of us have only ever been taught the first one. Start paying attention, not just what you eat, but how you eat it. The timing, the combinations, and the context. That's where real wellness begins, in the details most people overlook. So your next step right now, tomorrow morning, eat one fruit on an empty stomach, just one, and notice how you feel. That's your experiment, and that's your data. All right, that's boom.